Alright, welcome to some more Path of Exile. So yeah, this is just a quick update as I have finally picked up the last of my elusive Porcupine cards. This must be, God knows, the 16th or so courtyard I've run, but on top of that I've probably run another 10 High Gardens, is it? High Garden? High Gardens, yep. A couple of gardens and at least one of the others, wherever it is. Graveyard, Plaza, yeah, we did some Plaza, did a bunch of gardens. Orchard, we did an absolute ton of Orchard last night. So it's easily 50 plus maps. Let's just go back to HQ. Back to the hideout. So yeah, it's easily 50 plus maps, but we finally have a full stack. So let's just clear some space first.
Exile?
Let's just unveil that. Car speed, attack speed, near rare and unique. Yeah, that sounds whole. That'd be interesting. At which point I can sell this because I don't care about the mod itself. And let's just store some currency and some of these. And the essences. And some maps. I was still finding maps, so that was good. Yeah. Okay. And file the gems. Blight. We got a blight? Apparently not. What about fireball? We're bound to have fireball, don't we? Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. More maps. Yeah, that's a very unusual synthesized ring. I'll just add that to the collection. Yeah, ailment damage as an implicit mod is interesting. But it's synthesized, so that's the sort of shit that can happen. Oh, right, yeah. Gem. Reds. Yeah, earthquake, if we would want that, which we don't. So, yes, as I was saying, we have 6 porcupines.
Hail, God Slayer.
Hail. So, please can I have a 6-sling short bow? Because I would like one. That would be very nice. Yes, I can. Thanks, Lily. Nice. That actually doesn't look too bad in terms of colours either.
Time and tide wait for no man.
Time and tide. Yes, not as convincing a pirate as her dear old daddy is Lily. Time and tide. Yes, so I know what I'm missing. It's Path of Building. Hopefully you can see Path of Building. Certainly looks like it. EA. Okay, so we're going to need more reds. So we do need 2 blue. We need 3 red and 1 green. So that's going to be interesting. I mean, we've got a reasonable mix. Ideally, what I'd like to do, because we need to turn this into a good bow, whereas it's currently a 6-link bow, which is extremely rare enough as it is. Now I could craft. Can I just craft 2 reds on it? Would that work? I need 1 green, 2 blue and 3 red. 1 green, 2 blue, 3 red. So I think I should just be able to craft. Can I not do blue? Do you not? Do you not? I think it's having a moment again. Blue. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes this crafting window is just garbage. So if I craft red sockets, I think they should go in at the top. Then I'd have 1 green, 2 blue, and 3 red. I think so. Let's cross our fingers. Balls. Okay, so that's annoying. So it is actually going to re-roll the other colours. Jesus. Okay, well the only other options we have... red-blue. So I could roll some of these harvest crafts and I could hope that these will do it. We got a fair mix, so it's going to pick 2 random sockets and change the colours. So it might turn a red one blue. It might turn a blue one blue. We really want to turn green ones. I wish that I'd... well, it doesn't actually make much odds. What do the notes say before I fuck this up any harder? Socket colouring. Ideally we need 5 off-colour sockets on the bow. After getting a decent amount of off-colours, use harvest colouring option. For each you will turn 1 of 3 sockets white. This can help you if you get lucky. Yeah, if you were to work all the way up to getting Verici in research. You know, yeah, sure. I mean, if we were to manage to get Verici in research, if he was one of these guys, and if we ran them enough and eventually broke into research, sure. I guess we just keep rolling the fucking dice and see what happens. So, let's do red and blue and see what happens. Because if we're lucky, we'll get 2 greens. Is it about 1 in 3? Fuck knows. That's better. So we're 1 red short. So I think it's now more likely that this will be fucked up than fixed. Or it's kind of even odds. Blue-green feels like an error because it feels like it's very likely. Because we don't actually want any more blue. So it's 2 in 3 of getting the wrong colour. Let's do it. That has done absolutely nothing. Oh yes it has. We got 3 green. We lost a blue. Okay, now it feels like red-blue is the win. I think we have a winner. 3 red, 2 blue and a green. 3 red, 2 blue and a green. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Which is not something that sensible people would ever exclaim. Cool, okay, nice. So that's pretty good. So then we need to pump up the stats on this. Now I have been... because at the moment it's... I mean, what we have is not particularly impressive. But we need attack speed. And ideally we'd like the +2 to bow gem. So there's a lot of ways we could do this. Essence is the proper way. One proper way. We could also use fossils, do fossil crafting. We could randomly roll the dice and see what happens. You know, we could roll quite a lot of times and hope that we can get... because we could upgrade to a magic, which would give it a random stat, and then we could re-roll it with modifiers, and then if we found something we hit, if we only got 1 that we hit, we can augment it, otherwise we keep rolling until we get 2, and then we could regal it, drop a regal on it to turn it into a magic, an actual rare item, turn it yellow, give it an extra property, and if we had some exalts, we could slam it with random modifiers. with the Exalt, I could just alchemy it and hope it was good and throw chaos at it until it turned the right thing. None of that is very likely to achieve the right result. A very good website for this, which I imagine you know if you've played this game before, and not if you don't, would be Path of Exile, which I don't know if you can see now. If I switch back to the wiki, maybe... no, it would seem... Are you getting what I'm getting? Sorry, just a momentary... Oh yeah, I think you are. Yep, looks like it. Okay, yeah, Path of Exile, fine. So, yeah, you can actually see what's going on here. I mean, first of all, you can actually... we could create an item, so we could actually just go weapons, two-handed, bow, short bow, level... was it 55 or something? 50. Oh, 50. Item quality. Oh, good point. Item quality. Let's fix the item quality before we do anything else. Blacksmith's whetstone. Ooh, it's already got 7 quality. How nice. Nice. That was cheap. So we're now max quality. Well, max without actually doing anything clever. So we can set quality 20, proceed. So, yeah, so we could simulate crafting in here. So, for example, we could throw this at the bow, and it would roll a random stat. We could actually remove all those properties, go back to normal, and then do it again, which would be a complete waste of resources, because we could also just apply whatever the hell these are called. Alteration, yeah. Apply alterations to it. What we're looking for is attack speed and +2 to bow skills, and then anything other than flat fire damage. So, I mean, you can sort of see here. It's pretty low odds that we're going to get something good via that route. But yeah, you could keep clicking. I mean, actually, say we didn't just click past that. We might have got, say, that. Oops, you know, whatever. Yeah, so say we actually wanted this mod, we could then add a property to it with an alteration. It's a random property, of course. If we didn't like that, we could start again and just keep rolling and do it that way, which again is expensive. If we'd like that, we could slam another expensive regal on it. If we like that and we had any exalts, we could actually keep slamming it, which is really, really expensive. We could just go to town and just completely randomly re-roll everything and hope that we hit something we want. Like, that would be almost good, but actually quite shit. That isn't actually what we want to do, though. We certainly don't want to varl it. If we varl it, we're screwed, because then it's corrupted and we can't change it anymore. And we have to spend another 50 maps and however many hours, 10 hours or something, getting porcupines again, so let's not do that. Yes. Oh. Restore saved item. No, don't restore saved item. Screw it. No, go backwards. But yeah, anyway, we don't want to do that. What we want to do is... Son of a bitch. Yeah, so this is where we were, anyway. Oh, 50. We actually want to use essence crafting. So the idea is that one of these... Dread? Yeah, Essence of Dread. If you throw that at it, then you get a guaranteed bow gems. Skill increase. And, I mean, ideally, you also want that and attack speed. So what they recommend is you keep going until you get that. I mean, that was 2 goes in this random case. And actually, this would be perfectly acceptable for me. But there's no guarantee that'll happen. at all. No guarantee whatsoever that will happen. I mean, it did there. But this is not the game. This is a website. But that is probably the best way of doing it, is we just hope we're going to get attack speed. So my question is, how many dreads do we have? I've got 4 screaming, so that's good, because screaming is top tier, I think. Or is it worst tier? It's worst tier, but we've got 4 of them. It's the absolute worst. Okay, so that one is +2 gems. So I have 1 go at +2 gems. I have a single go. Just the 1 go. Just 1 go. Okay, well, let's see what it does. It's not terrible. It hasn't bricked it because we haven't got fire damage. We don't have an open prefix. I don't know whether attack speed is prefix or suffix. I'm going to guess that it's prefix because that's... No, it's suffix. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not that picky, to be honest. So, to be honest, that would kind of do. And it's not going to be great. 1.6. Yeah, that's not great. But it's going to be a 6-link. I could re-roll it for the extra % if we wanted, if I want to spend an annulment. We need to find the higher tier attack speed modifier. Is there a higher tier attack speed modifier? I mean, that would be the question. If we go to the other part of Path of Exile, and we go for short bow, essence crafting, dread, and we look for crafted, increased attack speed. Yeah. So it is possible. No, we can't actually beat that. The best we can get is 10% with a craft, because the reason being that it's based on the item level, and from those div cards you always get an item level 50 item, which this is, as it says, item level 50, and in crafted mods, if we look at attack speed, yeah, level 75. So we can't actually craft that mod onto this item because it's not high enough level. So we could try and get a high level bow, but then we can't use Porcupine cards, which means we'd have to 6-link it ourselves, which is an absolute nightmare. So that's not going to work. So my question then is, what is the fastest attack speed we can find on the item? Well, we can find up to 20%. So then the question is, do we want +2 to gems? Or do I want to re-roll using essences? I don't have any more +2 essences, so I would lose a gem level, but I can get more attack speed. I know attack speed is kind of king, but is it really worth it? Well, how fast, I suppose, in my mind, is this reasonably ideal endgame gear? 1.83 with 19%. Oh, that's a thicket bow. Short bow. 1.79 with 19% attack speed. Did somebody really think that was reasonable? 19 out of a possible 19. Seriously? Yeah, apparently somebody thought, yeah, that seems reasonable. Ah, but that's what you're supposed to do, is you want to craft the minion attack speed on it. That's why they actually want... That's why they actually want that. So, Yeah, I think the attack speed is going to be better than the +2, at least in the near term. So I think I'm actually going to re-roll it. I mean, this is probably a very bad idea. This will reforge if necessary, which is good news. That's just a handy slot. So let's try it with +1. Okay, well, we don't have many more tries. That has come out +1, but not right. That's got +1, and again, not right. That is absolutely the opposite of what we want. That is really not what we want. Okay, so we're worse off. Because that's the nature of crafting in Path of Exile. What's the other alternative? Do we have an attack speed? Yeah, we do. So I could just roll attack speed. You know, that would be okay. I can get up to 16, but then I don't have good odds of getting the +2, which might be problematic. I could get the +2, but that would be a possibility. I can't really leave that as is, not without removing, and I don't have an annulment orb. I've got an annulment shard. If I had 20 of those, I'd have an annulment orb. But yeah, so I can't remove a property from this item. So this item is currently useless. So choices. We can farm up some more Essences of Dread. That seems like it's the way forward. I mean, we could use these and see if we get lucky. But if I use them on this weapon, not only will it be suboptimal, but I won't be able to use them to roll movement speed boots, which I might want to do. I might well want to do that. And it's also only 16% attack speed, so that's pretty subpar. So effectively, yeah, we're so close. We've got the bow, check. We don't only have the stats. I mean, what I could do in the very short term, which isn't a terrible plan, is I could just do a sort of temporary craft on it. Because we've got to get rid of this anyway. It's a bit rubbish. So we can annul that. Scour that back to nothing. I could roll it up. And we can just roll for a while. Okay, that's 12%. That's a bit rubbish. We can do it the hard way. 8%. Absolute shit. Yeah, so this won't be our final bow. I'd just like to get going. 8%, Christ. Projectile speed? 7%. Because each of these mods has a tier, you see, that's why things are all over the place. And the tier you get is random, so you can get the right effect, but you can get a weak-ass version of it. You have to have a high-level item to get the top-tier versions. Projectile speed is really no use. 8%, what's that? Tier 5. Tier 5. Does that line up? Yeah, so we keep rolling the absolute worst. 8 to 10, tier 5. I think this is out of date. Short bow. Short bow. Attack speed. Yeah. Those numbers do not look right to me. Because I think we're actually on tier 4, not tier 5. Still, it's rubbish. We are running out of chances. Okay, well we got a +1 to mana on kill, and that should be pretty awesome. We don't want to upgrade it to a random rarity because that might make it unique, and that would be very, very bad because then we would not be able to make it ununique again. I could hog it and hope for attack speed. Didn't work. I could scare it and start again and just keep wasting scaring orbs. Suffice to say, we're not there yet on this. This is now a project. Just like the body armor that I need to find sufficient. I'm only about 120 Varl orbs short of being able to wear this body armor, which is what I'd need to do a Varl crafted socket recoloring of the first couple of sockets to make this work. Because I think I need to do 3 red. Oh, actually, if changing the colours actually randomizes the colours you don't pick, my Varl plan does not work. Because I'd thought that I could actually craft and just change the first 3 and it would leave the others alone. But yeah, so fuck knows how we're actually going to get the colours we want in this body armour. That's going to be a problem. Still, problem for another video. Anyway, very happy that we've actually got our 6-link short bow and we've got the correct colours. Now I just need to go and farm some more essences so that I can try and roll a better bow. And yeah, that'll be good. Then we can really kill things really very effectively. Anyway, that'll do for now. That was a brief crafting experiment. For now, goodbye.